Bonjour à tous et bienvenue sur cette nouvelle vidéo où aujourd'hui nous allons parler des prépositions qui sont utilisées pour les noms de pays. Of course, as it's a beginner lesson, I'm going to give you the explanations in English, sorry, because yeah, I'm talking in English. Basically, what you need to know is that depending on the country gender that we are talking, we are using three, four actually different prepositions. So you have en, you have o, you have o also, but this time with an X, and finally you have a as a last option. So we will talk about each and every one of them. Let's start with the first one. So, en, as I was talking about. So for this one, this is the category that we consider as the feminine version. So what do we call, how do we determine exactly which country is feminine or which country is masculine? So for the en, globally, there is two different rules. So the first rule when you have to use en is if the country is ending with an i. So for example, France. And the other condition also that you, in the case where you have to apply this en as a preposition, is if the country, the name of the country is starting with a vowel. So it would give you, for example, en Iran also. So that's the rule for what we call in French, in this case, the feminine version for the countries. So meaning that for the other ones, like for example, in the case that you have to use O, so in this case, it's really simple. It means that if it doesn't end with an E or if it doesn't start with a vowel, in this case, you will have to use O. So, for example, it gives au Canada, au Brésil, etc. As for the next one, the next category I was talking about, so this O with an X this time, as you may be knowing about it, when we have an X normally at the end of a word, it means that we are talking about the plural version. So meaning that this O is only used for the countries that are plural. So that's not a lot of them. We have États-Unis, for example, Pays-Bas, which is Netherlands, and you have also Philippines, with the same rule applying, because in this case all those names for the countries are plural. So that means that, for example, you would say j'habite aux États-Unis, using the liaison, of course. And finally, you have the last preposition, which is a. So normally, this one is the one that we use for the cities. So for example, j'habite à Paris. But it happens also that sometimes we are also using it for countries. So which countries are actually being part of this exception, this case? I would say, to simplify it, that basically that's when we are talking about a country on a small island. So, for example, it gives you j'habite à Hong Kong, or j'habite à Taiwan, or je vis à Madagascar, for example. So in all these cases, we are talking about really small countries, if I can say so, and normally they are on islands also. So to review a little bit everything we have been talking about. So first you have this option of en. if we are talking about a word ending by E or starting with a vowel. And then for the masculine countries, so this is the default, so meaning if they don't end with an E or they don't start with a vowel. Then you have the plural version for the countries plural, like I was saying about États-Unis, Pays-Bas, Philippines, etc. And finally, the last option, A, if we are talking about small countries on an island like Hong Kong or Taiwan or Madagascar, as I was also talking about. So the last point I wanted to talk to you about also is that for the regions also that we have in France, the same rule apply also, meaning that, for example, as I'm living in Bretagne, I would say in this case, j'habite en Bretagne. Because the same rule is applying. In this case, Bretagne, as you can see, is ending with a final I. So, that was a little explanation about all these prepositions that we are using for the countries. I hope it was clear enough. In the case that you have additional questions, don't hesitate to comment down there. In the case that you've liked the explanation that I gave you, don't hesitate this time to give me a little like. And last but not least, in the case that you are interested in taking some private lessons with me, you can contact me or book the lessons directly on this website. So, www.edmondfle, standing for Français Langue Étrangère.com. And I would be really pleased to give you some more explanations about all the videos actually that I'm taking here on YouTube. So I wanted to thank you very much, merci beaucoup, for following this particular video, and je vous dis à très bientôt. Bye bye.